The young and the restless spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today is Tuesday, a really beautiful day outside, but honestly, I am stuck inside staring at my screen because my mind is completely blown. I am running on zero sleep and way too much caffeine, but we have to talk about what just happened on the show. And I don't even know where to start. So let's just dive right into the absolute chaos that is Sally Spectra and Billy Abbott right now. Because if you have been watching this show for a while, you know that things never ever go smoothly for these two. But this week they took it to an entirely different level of dark and twisted, and I'm still trying to process what I just watched. Let's be real for a second. We all knew what becomes live. We all knew that Sally's pregnancy was going to be high risk. Not just medically, but emotionally. Because this is Sally Spectra we are talking about. She doesn't do anything halfway, and she certainly doesn't know how to relax. So, here is the situation. Sally is in the late stages of her pregnancy. She is heavily pregnant, uncomfortable, exhausted, and carrying so much physical and emotional weight. But instead of resting, instead of putting her feet up and preparing for this baby, she has been in the absolute trenches. Victor Newman has been ruthlessly, relentlessly squeezing her company. The pressure on Newman Media and Spectra Charles has been astronomical. And Adam is in the mix too, trying to play savior, but honestly just adding to the absolute mess of it all. Sally is being pushed to her absolute limit. You can see it in her eyes. You can see it in the way she carries herself. She is overwhelmed. She is so stressed out. And Billy knows this. Billy Abbott, for all his faults and guys, we know he has a million of them, has actually been trying to be the voice of reason here. Which is wild, right? Billy being the rational one, but he has been begging her. A few episodes ago, he sat her down and he just pleaded with her. He told her to let it go. He told her to drop Newman Media, to stop fighting Victor, to just walk away and think about the baby. He saw the toll it was taking on her. He saw the late nights, the panic attacks, the sheer exhaustion. He told her that no company, no amount of corporate power is worth risking their child. But Sally has that incredibly strong personality. She is a fighter. She has lost so much in her life. She lost her fashion company back in LA. She lost her position at Newman, and most importantly, she lost baby Ava. And I think that trauma is exactly why she is holding on so tight right now. She feels like if she surrenders this company to Victor, she is losing another piece of herself. She is terrified of being weak. So, she refused Billy's advice. She dug her heels in. She absolutely refused to back down, pushing herself harder and harder, ignoring all the warning signs her body was giving her. And then the tragedy hit. Honestly, I could barely watch this scene. It was so visceral and so heartbreaking. Sally was in the middle of all this corporate warfare, her stress levels through the roof, and suddenly she just doubled over. The severe abdominal pain, the sheer panic in her eyes. It wasn't just a cramp, it was a full-blown medical crisis. A threatened miscarriage. The agonizing realization that she might be losing this baby too. I mean, the acting in this scene was incredible, but it was so hard to stomach. You could see the exact moment her stubbornness shattered and was replaced by pure, unadulterated terror. So, she is rushed for medical help, and the fate of the baby is hanging by a thread. Is the baby going to make it? We don't know yet. The writers are torturing us with this cliffhanger. But what happens next is what really made my jaw hit the floor. Because Billy Abbott completely snapped. I mean, he snapped. We have seen Billy go off the rails before. We all remember what happened after Delia died. We know that Billy has a darkness inside of him that he barely keeps in check on a good day. But this was a cold, terrifying, kind of unhinged. He didn't just get mad. He didn't just yell. He immediately blamed the people who put Sally in this position. He blamed Adam, and he blamed Victor. Because in his mind, they didn't care about a pregnant woman. They didn't care about an unborn child. They only cared about power and control and winning their stupid corporate games. They pushed and pushed and pushed until Sally broke. So Billy grabs a gun. Yes, you guys, a gun. What were they thinking? I mean, who actually believes this is going to end well? But Billy is beyond logic right now. He is drowning in grief and rage and the terrifying possibility of losing another child. He marches straight to confront Adam and Victor. And the confrontation scene. Wow. Just wow. I have been covering this show for a while, and I have seen a lot of crazy standoffs, but this one felt different. It felt raw. Billy bursts in, completely unglued, waving this gun around, and the look on Victor and Adam's faces was pure shock. Because Billy isn't just making threats. He looks like a man who has absolutely nothing left to lose. He points the weapon right at them, his hands shaking, his voice cracking, screaming at them for what they did to Sally. He lays out exactly how their relentless pressure, their cruelty, their complete disregard for human life caused this tragedy. And then he does the unthinkable. He forces them to their knees. Let's just pause and think about this for a second. Victor Newman, the mustache, the man who bows to no one, forced to his knees at gunpoint by Billy Abbott. It is an image I never thought I would see on my television screen. And Adam, too. Adam is on his knees, and the craziest part is you can see that Adam is actually destroyed by this. Adam loves Sally. He lost Ava with her. He knows exactly what this pain feels like. When Billy is screaming about the baby, you can see Adam's entire world crumbling. So they are on their knees. And they apologize. Victor Newman actually apologizes. Now, maybe I'm being too harsh, but part of me wonders if Victor is just saying it to save his own skin because there is a madman with a gun in his face. But Adam? Adam's apology was real. Adam was begging. He was pleading with Billy, crying, saying he was sorry, saying he never wanted this to happen, that he was only trying to buy the company to save Sally from Victor. But Billy doesn't care about their excuses. It's too late. It is way, way too late for apologies. The tension in that room was suffocating. Billy is standing over them, the gun pointed right at Victor's chest, then Adam's head shifting back and forth. You can see the war raging in his eyes. He wants them to pay. He wants them to feel a fraction of the agony that Sally is feeling right now in that hospital bed. He wants to pull the trigger. And that is where they left us. That is the cliffhanger. Will the gun in Billy's hand stop? Will he pull the trigger? I honestly don't know. The fans on social media are losing their minds over this. Half the people are cheering Billy on, saying Victor and Adam deserve it for how they treat people. The other half are terrified that Billy is going to end up in prison for the rest of his life, leaving Sally completely alone. I mean, let's look at the bigger pattern here. The show loves to push Billy to the edge, but they usually pull him back right before he does something irreversible. But this storyline feels different. The stakes are so much higher. This isn't just about business. This is about a baby. This is about Sally, who has already suffered so much trauma. If Billy shoots Adam or Victor, there is no coming back from that. The Abbott and Newman feud would turn into an absolute bloodbath. But at the same time, how does he just walk away? How does he put the gun down after forcing the great Victor Newman to his knees? If he backs down now, Victor will destroy him. Victor doesn't forgive, and he certainly doesn't forget being humiliated like that. So, Billy is trapped. He is standing at the edge of a cliff, and no matter what he does next, his life is going to change forever. I keep second-guessing myself about how I want this to play out. On one hand, I want Billy to be a hero for Sally. I want him to drop the gun, rush back to the hospital, and be by her side. She needs him right now. She doesn't need him in a jail cell for murder. But on the other hand, The drama of him actually pulling the trigger? The absolute chaos that would unleash in Genoa City? It would be incredible television. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. We watch soap operas for the drama, and this is top-tier, unhinged drama. And what about Sally? Poor Sally. She is lying there in agony, blaming herself. Because you know she is blaming herself. She is going to think, if only I had listened to Billy. If only I had let the company go. That guilt is going to eat her alive. And if she loses this baby, I don't even want to think about it. The writers cannot be that cruel, can they? To make her lose Ava, and now this baby? It would be too much. It would just be too much. So we are left waiting. Waiting to see if the screen fades to black with the sound of a gunshot. Waiting to see if Billy's love for Sally is stronger than his hatred for the Newmans. I am going to be a nervous wreck until the next episode. I need to know what happens. I need to know if Adam and Victor survive this. And more importantly, I need to know if Sally and the baby are going to be okay. Honestly, I need a nap. My brain is fried from overanalyzing every single frame of that scene. The way Billy's hand shook. The way Victor's jaw clenched. The way Adam looked completely broken. It was a masterpiece of tension, but it has left me feeling so drained. I just hope the writers know what they are doing with this, because they are playing with some very heavy, very emotional themes here. All right, I am going to stop rambling now before I start writing a whole novel about Billy's psychology. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Billy is going to shoot? Do you think Victor is going to retaliate? And please send some good vibes for Sally. She desperately needs them right now. I will see you guys in the next update, assuming I survive the suspense of tomorrow's episode.